So we're talking about imperialism. So we did the Industrial Revolution, imperialism. And what imperialism is the conquering of foreign territories by powerful countries for natural resources and markets. What does conquering mean? To take over. That's exactly right. Right? So if North Carolina conquered South Carolina, would South Carolina exist anymore? No, right? They would be under our control. We could still call it South Carolina, right? But it would mostly be under our control, right? So you could say that the United States has Puerto Rico, right? It's not a state, but we control Puerto Rico. We went in and we conquered it, okay? And foreign means what? Different. Okay, so if I buy Ford Taurus, is that a foreign car? A Ford Taurus? What about a Honda Civic? Is that a foreign car? Jordan's nodding. Yes, it is a foreign car. It is made in Japan, right? So people say, I got a garage full of... Yes, it's not in the United States. That means it's foreign, okay? So it's exactly right. So if you buy a car that's made in another country, it's a foreign car, no matter if it's a nice one or like a Kia is a Japanese-made car. So when somebody says, oh, I got a bunch of foreign cars, you may think, oh my gosh, he's got Lamborghinis and Maseratis, but in reality, anything that's made in another country is technically foreign. So we're taking over territory, which is just land, in other countries, okay? In order to conquer something, what do you have to be? If we want to conquer another country, what do we have to have in order to conquer them? More power. Exactly right. Okay, so we have more power. So powerful countries are going to these smaller countries. And why are we taking them over, according to this definition? And what do we use natural resources for? What about coal? Why do we need natural resources so bad now, after the revolution? Did we need coal and metal and mines and iron and all that prior to the Industrial Revolution? No. Now we do. We need those resources so we can make the materials, and also we can sell to these smaller countries. Okay? So the whole entire world, all these powerful countries want to start conquering the rest of the world. There was really no reason to before. Now we have one. There's 3 forms of imperialism. You just need to know this. Just listen. There's a colony, which is ruled directly by a foreign power. That means that is under complete control. It's a colony. They own it. They got dibs. Okay? A protectorate means it's still its own thing, but we kind of protect it. Okay? So it's almost like a colony is almost like you adopt a kid, and a protectorate's like it's your god kid. You know what that means? Like, you look out for them. If the parents die, you come in, right? So you're the godparent. So think of it like that. This is, and your actual kid would be your own territory, right? So the United States, North Carolina is like their kid, but we have a colony in Puerto Rico. That's really like our colony. Protectorate's kind of like your god kid, okay? Somebody that you look out for, you protect, but you're not necessarily, they're still their own thing. They still have their own family. And last is a sphere of influence. So it's a sphere, like a ball, right? An influence. If you're a famous influencer, what are you? If you're an influencer on Instagram. So you post pictures, right? And you wear certain clothes. And because you're so popular, those clothes are going to be sold more because you're wearing them, right? You have influence. Okay? If I influence you to do something, then I'm encouraging you to do something. I have control over that. So a sphere of influence is basically like less than a god kid. It's more like, hey, we have control over this kind of area. Think of it almost like a landlord. Okay? They don't have anything to do with the kids, with the family that live there, but they kind of control what it is that they do and what goes on there. They have an influence, a sphere of influence, or a politician really does. All right? So I'm not going to go through this whole PowerPoint, but I just want to show you that in Africa there were 1,000 languages spoken, 400 years they kept people out, right? Africa, especially right here, used to be the cradle of civilization. All of these areas are going to get conquered by the rest of the world. So we've got Germany, we've got Britain, and we've got Russia, and they're all hanging out and they're on this globe, and what are they doing? Literally, what are they doing?
Grabbing colonies.
They're grabbing colonies, right? If Germany gets one, then Britain doesn't get one, right? There's only but so much space, so they're grabbing, they're going for it. They want that natural resources, they want those markets, they want to grow, right? We're talking about growing bigger this time. The Industrial Revolution's when you grow up, when you get more mature, you get smarter. That kind of growing up. Now we're growing up, we're getting bigger, okay? So I've got a map. This is your assignment, and this assignment's due next week, so you've got time to do it. This is what it's going to look like. You have this map, okay, and it says use this map and the key at the bottom to fill in the countries on the following slide. This is to be done in the method described in the lecture, what I'm going to do now. So you can see here, I cut the map off. I didn't do the United States because it was only but so big. You can see here that France is purple. So France is right there in purple, okay? And this is all the area that France claimed. All this. Everything that's colored, everything that's not this tan color, was controlled by another country. So we can argue that the majority of the rest of the world was controlled by another country, right? And this is crazy. This has got implementation to this day. So if you're looking at it on your screen and you need to see it better, if you look over here, there's a magnifying glass. You can zoom 100%, even 200%, or, yeah, that's it here. And then you can go back to fit if you needed to fit. If you go to your next slide, this is what you have. So I made this map, and each of these you can click on and change, okay? So this is the map of the world, right here. It may not exactly line up with what you see here, but just do your best. It was hard for me to line it all up. And you've got colors up in the top, so let's zoom in. We've got what colors they are. I tried to make them better than these, so the colors do not match up exactly because you couldn't really see them. And I've went ahead and filled out all of the countries here, except for the USA because it's gone. And you're going to use that map and go in and click on the areas and the countries that were controlled by whoever's up here using that. Pretty easy. But these country lines aren't drawn exactly like they are here, okay? Because this is a modern map of the world, because I did not redraw the entire map of the world because that would be insane. So there may be a little bit of overlap here and there. Do your best, especially in Africa, but the big stuff you're going to really notice. So that's that. That may take a little bit, and I've never done this before, so let me know if it works. It may run, hopefully it doesn't run too slow. And then if you look here, there's 3 questions that you're going to answer, and then after that there's a discussion board. The discussion board is about Industrial Revolution, imperialism, and what it means to grow and to get bigger. And after this, we'll be done with Industrial Revolution, we'll be done with imperialism. So you have today up through Monday, and that's it to do this. And then whatever else is posted under Unit 7. Does that make sense? Is this confusing, or does it make sense? Yes? I think this is kind of easy. The biggest thing you need to do in a world history class is look at maps and color maps, and we just don't have the ability to do it. So I tried to do this, and I hope it works. If not, at least I tried. So, okay. Those should be posted. There's a lecture that obviously you do not have to watch because you just listened to it, and it just got recorded as we're speaking.